I despise that Frankie Chapman. Since she invaded the campus, Oliver Muncie scarcely looked at me.
Isn't that what you wanted? I thought you didn't like the idea of Mr. Muncie throwing himself at your feet.
I've decided if Mr. Muncie must go to the dogs, they might just as well be my dogs.
Well, the way he's been growling at Frankie, you'd better leash him up pretty soon, or she's liable to turn up someday as Mrs. Muncie.
Or Mrs. Boynton. How would you like that?
I think you're barking up the wrong Bunsen burner. Mr. Boynton's been vaccinated against marriage. Frankie doesn't mean a thing to him, not a thing.
Perhaps you're right. By this time, Oliver's probably forgotten all about her.
Now, this is our lunch stand. It's small, but the food is really pretty awful.
Oh, you two are just little old dolls to show me around like this.
Oh, hello there.
Hello, doll.
Miss Chapman, I think you know Miss Brooks.
Mm-hmm.
And this is Miss
Lotus flower.
Hannibal.
I keep forgetting names. Now, in this case, it's inexcusable because I know Miss Hannibal as well as I know my own mother. She's an old friend. Old. Real old.
Of course. She's the Hannibal that crossed the Alps.
That's Miss Brooks, all right. Always joking. Didn't I tell you she was a card? Holy mackerel, she does get off some corkers.
Did you hear the one about the hypnotist who took his wife back to 1776 and left her there?
Well, no, I haven't. Now, listen to this. This ought to be a hot one. What happened?
Paul Revere shot her.
Miss Chapman, I understand you're taking care of the girls' gym classes.
Oh, I'm wondering why she should be limited to the girls. I think she can take care of boys, too.
Obviously. What's with you?
Unless she was British, why did he shoot her?
She lied about her age. Would you like a hamburger?
Oh, no, thanks. I've got to get back to the main building.
I'll run along with you, Mr. Boynton.
Oh, me too. Adios, ladies. Sorry we can't stick around and keep you company.
Oh, that's all right. They've got each other. Shall we dance?
Miss Brooks, I think we should delegate someone to speak to our principal about getting rid of that woman. Someone with authority.
Well, then I nominate you, Miss Hannibal. After all, you were a whack lieutenant in the war.
Yes, but Mr. Conklin was a major. He'd never listen to a second Louis. What we need is a general. Excuse me, I'll get some sugar.
Oh, Miss Brooks.
Why, Mrs. Conklin.
Oh, how nice to see you. I just thought I'd drop over for a little visit with Osgood.
Oh, with Mr. Conklin? Well, fine. Then I'll tag along, if I may. I'll give you a rundown on the newest member of the faculty. She seems to have all our men in the palm of her claw. She's young and attractive. Mr. Conklin just met her this morning.
Really? What did he think of her?
Frequently. I was going to urge that she seek employment elsewhere, but I'm afraid Mr. Conklin wouldn't listen to reason.
Oh, nonsense. Osgood always listens to reason. If I crack the whip he does, come along, dear.
Who needs a general? We've got the field marshal. Well, now, come in, Miss Hannibal. Oh, Miss Hannibal. It's like a picnic.
Now, listen, we girls can share the master bedroom. But, you know, I think we ought to do a little redecorating.
Oh, I love to
we could put up
redecorate.
chintz drapes. Now, would you like that?
Organy would be lovely. I do love that.
Just a minute. Martha.
love it too.
Martha. The master bedroom is ours. Where do I sleep?
Right here on the couch, dear.
Mrs. Conklin, I'm afraid I made other plans for the couch. You see, that's for Mr. Schultz, our French teacher. How about...
You will all pipe down. Miss Brooks, as regards my sleeping arrangements,
Have you any objections to my sleeping in the dining room?
Oh, none whatever, Mr. Conklin. If you don't think the babies would keep you awake, that would be fine. Now, I think we ought to have new carpet.
Oh, you're absolutely right. There was
I don't mind.
What, baby?
But babies? Oh, the janitor and his wife have triplets, you know.
Oh, but you like white.
Mother! Where am I going to sleep?
In the kitchen, dear, and shut up. Now, listen, girls, you know,
Oh, I'm sorry, Mrs. Conklin, but I made other plans for the kitchen. You see, only yesterday, Mrs. Schultz's French poodle had puppies, 12 of them.
Well, puppies in my kitchen?
Yes, sir.
Enough! I have had it! Those homeless preachers will come in here over my dead body!
But, dear, how about all for one and one for all? If Miss Chapman's entitled to share our abode, why aren't the others?
As I explained this morning, Miss Brooks, due to budget limitations, only Mr. Boynton can be added to our staff. Frankie Chapman has got to go. I'm going to call the depot and get that pest a ticket back to Arizona.
Miss Brooks, I think you ought to be the one to tell Frankie that she's got to go home. You're such a tactful person, you'll be able to break it to her gently.
All right. I'll break it to her gently.
Excuse me, folks, but the guest room is a little bit chilly. I wondered if I might borrow a blanket.
Well, why bother to borrow a blanket, Frankie, when in a few hours you'll be able to buy a blanket from one of those Arizona Indians?